question for people who we've done the preliminary appointments for, and they're kind of waiting for design. Because of the way our company is structured, and who I am and what I want to do with it, is we don't just hire up designers and people sit around all day and draw. It really comes from me, and that's just how we operate, and that's why we can do what we do. So if I've met with you and a design is ensuing, it's in the process first starts right here. At the point that you get a drawing of what's in my head, I've built your pool 1,000 times in my head. Every appointment that kind of is going to make it to that next level where we're going to design and do some drawing, I've built it in my head over and over and over and over and over. Now, to you, nothing happened, maybe. To wondering when that design's going to get there, again, you're looking for a piece of paper. That piece of paper to me is secondary. That piece of paper is sort of the end result of this mental build over and over and over. Eventually, I'll put that down on paper, and it may make sense, it may not. But each of the people that I've promised to design for, that I've promised to work through and work budgets out, I spend countless hours, day and night, day and night. I wake up in the middle of the night designing it in my head, and I'm seeing every elevation and every structure and every base, and that's just how I operate. So if you're in that position where you're waiting for a design, in a lot of cases it's on paper to some point, but there's something I'm hung up with in terms of trying to understand. Because I don't want it to be stock. I don't want to be, this is how we do it every single time. That's just not my style. I want it to have its own thing. So the design, I've spent probably, by the time I re-meet with you, hundreds of hours of design work on every single solitary design I do. But it's not physically drawing design. It's a whole different type of thing, because I work on that stuff all the time. Every minute that I'm not doing something else, or even when I am doing something else, I'm designing in my head. So that's why that process takes some time. And when it comes out, though, it may just be a fairly generic drawing, and it may be a full-blown scale model. But the end result no one has ever said, "Wow, that's really undelivered. That's really less than I thought it would be." Never once has that happened. Without exception, it's always, this is far more than we could have ever imagined. So that's my design process, and it doesn't fit the norm, but it is what it is for me, and it works.